Hey everybody, welcome to Wine Time. It's Thursday, it's Friday Junior, yay! I'm Melanie, Nectar the Dog's Wine, and look who I have here. It's Brawny in all his Christmas attire. He's been sleeping on set for the last couple hours, and he finally just woke up just to say Merry Christmas, everybody. Say Merry Christmas, Braun. Anyway, I'm gonna put him over here. How's everybody today? Hopefully great. I had some jingle bells on Brawny, but they were a little bit loud. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I said I'm Melanie, and that was Brawny. And, we're here. We're Nectar of the Dog's Wine. You're joining us here every week. And Monica was supposed to be here on set, but of course, nobody can kind of be together. So let's see what Monica's got going on over in Northridge. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Mel.
Cheers. Happy Thursday.
Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. Yes, absolutely.
Let's wine and dine. It's Christmas time. I love that. Where'd you get that?
I think I got that at, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to say, I'd like to say like some, cute little boutique up in the mountains, but honestly, I think it was Home Goods. Because
the first story was better.
I think so too. I don't know. We'll go with that one. So, I just, we're here again. Yay. We've had a little bit of a difficult time today, but we're here. It doesn't matter. And we're here.
And you know what? Your shirt is so cute.
Isn't it though? It's, you know what? I like your shirt too. Although mine seems like it's the long sleeve version. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Monica, I wanted to tell everybody we have a really cool new partnership. We've been doing Wine Time for a few months now. We started obviously in the spring, took a break in the summer, and then we came back in the fall. Had some unexpected events happen, but we met a really cool guy named Christian who has Rough Riders, an organization that kind of transports, obviously. No, that's not obvious. He transports rescue dogs to other organizations that can, help foster and adopt. Thank you, Bob. Anyway, he also runs another company called Phoenix Media, and he was really just kind of, thought we had a great program here. So he's helping us trying to really get the word out there so that people can learn more about us. And so here we are.
And listen to our delightful banter.
Our delightful banter. So really quickly, I'm just going to tell everybody the story. I really encourage people to kind of just check us out on our website, nectarofthedogswine.com. But this wine company was founded in 2015, and it was to honor the memory of our dogs who passed on to the Rainbow Bridge. And we can take a look at them here. All the dogs on the label were our dogs, as I mentioned, that passed on. The original dogs were Connie, Clyde, Floyd, and Mika. And then, recently we just lost Vinny. So he'll be featured on the new labels. We're looking for a new Zinfandel, the Vin Zin. So that'll be coming up hopefully next year. That's a little bit about our story. Please check us out on nectarofthedogswine.com to learn more about them. Monica, why don't you tell us a little bit about our wines?
Oh my gosh, Melanie. Well, of course, we think that our wines are fantastic. We all know that.
We do.
But don't take our word for it. We've been reviewed by the wine enthusiast and the tasting panel. And I think that they agree with us. Our wines are pretty good. You can check it out right there. We've got a 90 on our CCF from Wine Enthusiast and the Tasting Panel, 92 on our 2017 Three Dogs White, 87 on our Rosé of Pinot Noir, and 86 on our 2015 Chardonnay. Of course, we have our new 2019 Three Dogs White, which is a little bit similar to our 2017, although it offers a slightly different flavor profile and just a little bit more alcohol content, which is always a good thing in my opinion.
a skosh more. Yeah, I think the 2017 is a 13.8 and the 2019 is a 14.1. But, you should order our bundle pack and test for yourself and figure out which one you like best. So, Monica, we have, we're going to talk a little bit in a few about our Heart and Paw partner program. And we have a new partnership that we've just established.
So excited about this one.
Really, really, really cool. So I met these ladies last week at their cute little boutique in Beverly Hills. And we're going to be speaking to Lindsay and Ellen Ballon, Dante, and Lindsay Bird. Monica, did you know that deity means god or goddess? Were you aware of that?
I did not know that.
You learn something new every day on Nectar of the Dogs.
You do.
Or every week, I
do.
should say, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, it was just, I have to say, I mean, meeting these ladies, I met them a couple of weeks ago because you actually found an opportunity for me to be on a podcast. And so that's where I met Ellen. She did the interview, and I think that's going to be airing pretty soon. We'll let everybody know that.
I can't wait to see that or hear it.
Hear that, yes. And Bronny is, I think he has to go outside. Anyway, so that's where I met Ellen, and we kind of really just hit it off. And, you know, I was really inspired by the organization that she founded, and the story with Lindsay they're going to share with us too. But it's a 501c3 nonprofit rescue based in Los Angeles. They established in 2003, and they have rescued, fostered, and found forever homes for hundreds of at-risk dogs from high-kill shelters. You know, we've met so many wonderful people over the past few months, and I'm really, really interested to hear their story, and super thankful that they are part of our Heart and Paw Partner program.
I am too. I didn't realize they were just 2003, so they haven't been along too long, but they've done a lot of incredible work.
2003. Yeah.
What the kids are saying.
All the cool kids, right? But what I was saying is that, you know, when I walked into their cute little boutique, all of a sudden there were just all these dogs. They just kept coming. And it's a small little boutique. It's really, really cute. Right off Doheny and Wilshire. And so I went in there, and oh my gosh, these dogs were just everywhere. They were adorable. And then I noticed they were all kind of like the same color, but that was just happened to be that way. It
wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned, but they were, so cute. And so I really can't wait to talk to them. They could tell us all about who they are and their story. And I think I probably need to take Bronny out. So let's just have a sip of wine here, and we will be back in a few. And we're going to be talking to Ellen, Ballon, Dante, and Lindsay Bird from Deity Animal Rescue.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Wine Time presented by Nectar of the Dogs Wine. You can explore all of our wines on our website, nectarofthedogswine.com. Remember that 10% of each wine sale goes to benefit our Heart and Paw partners. And Monica's going to tell us a little bit more about that in just a few. But Monica, let's talk about the wines that we're drinking. We drink a ton of Nectar of the Dogs wine because we love it. But sometimes
maybe a little bit too much.
Maybe a little bit. It's like, we got to quit, what do you call it? I don't want to say
dipping into the inventory.
Yeah, maybe yeah. But so we like to drink different things, right? And that's how I get inspired by drinking different wines. And, I think we might have mentioned, probably not in this episode, but previous ones, all of our wines are limited edition varietals, right? So our wines come from the Central Coast and the Central Valley of California. We have wines from Santa Barbara County, Lodi, and Paso Robles. And we wine club members and friends bottle the wine that we really like to drink, right? Because we always said that if nobody likes our wine, we have to drink it, and we're not going to drink bad wine, right?
And we do drink a lot of our own wine.
Me too. But, there's obviously we kind of reach out. And we're very blessed here in California, right? We have a lot of wonderful regions, Napa, Sonoma, Paso, just Temecula, so many. So why don't you tell us what you're drinking today?
Well, I will. Today I am drinking Cambria. It's a 2017 Chardonnay. This is from the Santa Maria Valley, so Santa Barbara County. I went to this winery maybe a couple of years ago with my friend Karen after we got laid off.
What better
we just
time?
We did a bunch of wine tasting, and I just really enjoyed their Chardonnays. They had a couple of different ones. I think they have some different vineyards that they pull from, and they create some different varietals from there. But I like their Chardonnay. It's really good.
It's cool. I'm definitely a Chardonnay drinker myself. I am actually drinking Frank Family Chardonnay. It's a 2017 from Carneros. We actually, we went to the winery probably in 2017, I think, as well. And this was our first tasting that day. So I think we started at 9:30 in the morning. I always say, if you think it's too early, or what is it? If you ask me if it's too early to drink wine, you're an amateur and we can't be friends.
That's true.
I believe that, which is why we're friends.
It's so true. Yeah.
But did you know that they have a beautiful winery, a beautiful property? Their 19th century stone winery is listed on the Register of National Historic Places. So you should definitely check it out next time you're in Napa.
I did not know that.
Highly recommend it. But let's, without further ado, talk about our Heart and Paw Partner program and bring on Lindsay and Ellen. So yeah. What's that?
Well, the Heart and Paw program is fantastic. As everyone here knows, the mission of Nectar of the Dogs Wine is to continually support dog rescues. So we've partnered with some really amazing organizations who also happen to love wine. So we have that in common, similar audiences with similar passions, dogs and wine. It just makes sense. So we support each other, and the more wine we sell, the more we can give back. It's just a win-win for everybody. And it's been really great to get to know all of these wonderful organizations, and the people that run them, the people that volunteer for them. It's really amazing. And if you're a rescue out there that's interested in being part of the program, please reach out to Melanie or myself. Our emails are there on the screen. And of course, as you mentioned, we're welcoming a new Heart and Paw partner today with Deity Animal Rescue.
Yay. All right. Without further ado, let's bring on Ellen Ballon Dante and Lindsay Bird. Ellen is the CEO and the founder, and then Lindsay is the lead rescuer and the COO. So ladies, welcome to Wine Time. Cheers. How are you?
Cheers. So
Cheers.
happy to be here.
Yay.
Wait a week to open this bottle, by the way.
And how is it?
Oh, it's yummy.
Delicious.
It's just what the doctor ordered.
Yes. In fact, I think I've had a whole glass and a half while watching you guys do your thing. So
We love that. Well, there's more where that came from.
Perfect.
So, welcome to the Heart and Paw family, I should say.
Thank you. We're so happy. It's so exciting.
Yay.
We love wine and we love dogs, so it's a perfect combo.
yeah.
Match made in
Perfect.
heaven.
Yes.
So, I met Ellen a couple of weeks ago, as I mentioned. She interviewed me for the podcast, and we'll talk about that a little later. But, she was telling me about your story and how it kind of all came to be that you ladies are running this wonderful organization. Why don't you let everybody here know about the story that you told me?
Go ahead.
Okay. So it's a good one. I mean, this is like kind of passion and kismet working in the universe like it should. It was 3 years ago. My father was unfortunately not well, and I was traveling back and forth to Pittsburgh a bunch, and it was just myself at that time running the rescue, and I happened to check out my DMs, and this fine young lady had slid into the DMs, and she's like, "Hi, my name's Lindsay. I love what you're doing and I really want to help." And at that time, obviously, I needed all the help that I could get. And she and I met, and it was, from the get-go, just a wonderful working relationship and a sisterhood. And cut to December of that year, I was in Pittsburgh, again, dealing with my father's health. And I had left Lindsay to just basically run the show. And I was sitting there with my mother having coffee one morning, and she reached out and said, my sister, Amanda, who is also our behind the scenes sitting here, she's waving at everybody, said, my sister's going to take Alan to his neuter surgery today. And I said, okay, great. And then I thought about it. I'm like, are you okay? And she said, well, I wasn't going to tell you this because of what you're dealing with, but I have a brain tumor and I have to go in for emergency surgery tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Like, how do you even...
My mother and I were sitting in my living room having coffee, and my jaw dropped, and I was like it was nothing. Like, she delivered that like it was nothing. And a few weeks later, surgery was a success, benign tumor. Lindsay was at home recovering, and maybe it was 5 weeks, and she reached out and she said, can we have coffee? And I was like, oh my gosh, of course, I would love to see you. And this was 2017, before this COVID stuff happened, and we met for coffee, and I brought along Ellie Mae, who was an adoptable pit bull at that point, and we both had the best day with kissing on her and finding her a home actually that day. And Lindsay said, listen, she's like, I am not passionate about what I was doing pre-brain tumor. She was a wonderful hairdresser. Stylist?
Sure.
In my generation, stylist in the beauty industry.
Right. Like me. Yes.
She said, I want to do this with you, and let's do it. And I said, well, we don't have the money to pay either one of us at this point, but let's do it. And that was 3 years ago in December.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of our store in Beverly Hills being opened. So it's exciting to look back and see all the difference that we've made in the short time that we've been together, and we look forward to doing way more.
That's amazing. That was the story that she told me, and the reason I think she told me that is because I am also in the professional beauty industry. I'm a live show and event producer, and obviously with COVID, that kind of stuff is not happening right now. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you have to meet my my business partner, Lindsay. And so she was kind of telling me that. But I guess what we're getting out of this and, the craziness of the world, it's not even, the word crazy doesn't even fit anymore.
It doesn't even begin. It
doesn't.
It doesn't. But I guess, I kind of feel like when you have a major life changing experience, brain tumor. I mean, a dog just passed away not too long ago, unexpectedly, just out of the blue. And it just makes you reevaluate. And it's like, life is too short, and you really got to get out there and just do something that's meaningful and makes you feel good. And I just think it's such a beautiful story. And that's what I was getting from Ellen after we chit-chatted, after we had the interview. And so I feel like you ladies even being here with us on Wine Time, Monica and I are kind of just, we're just like you, just trucking along, trying to sell some wine, trying to do something for a great cause. And it's really inspiring to hear that story and to, like you say, 3 years later, to look back, but to also look forward and to all the things that you want to do with your organization. It's really inspiring.
Yeah. And you guys kind of came from the same place. Based on the love of your pups who passed away, like coming up with a passion project like you have that does so much good for so many is, it's amazing.
We're working on it. Yeah. It takes obviously a lot of time and dedication, that. And, it just, when something I feel like kind of comes from the heart, it's the right thing to do, right? It doesn't always pay the bills in the beginning, but I think in the end, that's really what it's all about. So we're excited about that. And I just took him out. He literally just ran, one way and ran the other. On the leash. But I think he actually might be ready for dinner. I'm not quite sure. So, ladies, when we...
I am too, Ronnie. Me too.
Yeah.
It's, so obviously we had the two dogs before. We had Bronny and Vinny. And when the time changes, they just have these internal clocks, right? So they wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. It's breakfast. And then 4 o'clock is dinner. And when the time changes, it's like, dude, but he doesn't really care about that. So, so let's have a sip of wine, shall we, ladies?
We shall.
Gladly.
Not you, Bron. And then we're going to come right back and continue our conversation with these lovely ladies from Deity Animal Rescue. So hang out. We'll be back in a sec.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave, but remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart and don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. For help keeping yours at a healthy range, text PRESSURE to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take one.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Listen live at phoenixmedia.us.
Welcome back to Wine Time, presented by Nectar of the Dogs Wine. I would like to thank Mendelmack Studios and Phoenix Media to download the podcast. Tune in live each Thursday at 5 p.m. You can explore more about our show. Head over to phoenixmedia.us/wine time. And so we were just talking with Lindsay and Ellen from Deity Animal Rescue. A little bit about their organization, actually a little bit about their story, which was a beautiful story. But now we kind of want to ask them a little bit more. What makes your organization different from some of the other rescues that we have featured on our show?
We are surrounded by amazing rescues. We like to collaborate with other rescues, and we think that everyone's work there's room for everyone in this industry. There are just so many dogs who need to be saved. But Ellen and I really rescue based on a connection that we have with the dog, which means that we don't pull based on age, breed, ease of placement. We really just like to get a connection with the dog and get a feel for if they would make a wonderful family member or companion for someone. So because of that, we do end up with a lot of senior dogs who we love dearly. We end up with quite a few pit bulls and bully type breed dogs because we don't care what they look like. We care about what their eyes tell us.
Show some of these pictures there, Todd. They're so cute and so beautiful. When I was, I love senior dogs. I mean, I have senior dogs. As I was mentioning earlier, when I first met you ladies and I walked into your boutique and some of those dogs are missing their front legs and some, you had some they just were the gamut of just dogs, and they all just seem so happy and thankful to be there. And that's just wonderful that you ladies are like you say, kind of just going in and not really based on, their breed or whatever. It's their eyes, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we know that it's especially difficult for the seniors. Like, these are dogs who have been used to a life for however long they got to live it, and then they find themselves in these shelters or without the families that they're used to. And it's clear, you really see it in their eyes that they're confused and they're sad and they're just looking for someone to be there, a soft bed to lay in, a nice meal. And we know we can give that to them. These are amazing dogs who have been everything for a family, and unfortunately, they didn't get to keep that life going. So we love saving seniors and showing them that they get a second chance.
I love that. It's sweet.
It is so sweet. And the dog right there kind of looks like a Vinny face. What do you pull from shelters like all around Los Angeles or Southern California, or do you work with specific ones? How do you figure out which ones to work with?
So we feel that it's important because of the situation that we have right here locally and in kind of California, that we stick to California-ish. Let's say
California adjacent
based dogs. Today we took 3 actually from NorCal. Just really kind of a remote area. Hold on, I'm putting Tallulah down.
She is very upset. Very upset.
Her sister's playing and she wants to be playing.
Yeah. So Yeah, we like to keep our focus kind of Cali-centric, I guess.
I like that.
Is that good?
Cali-centric, yeah. It's just, I mean, like, dogs without families is so prevalent in Los Angeles. We see it. I mean, we can be driving down a street in a neighborhood and just see so many homeless dogs. So we know there is a huge issue here. And as much as there is also a huge issue around the world, we've got to start with a place that we can make an impact on.
Yeah.
So Ellen and I feel like focusing on California and Los Angeles adjacent areas is where we can make the biggest impact.
Right. That's amazing. You know, we're obviously in December, right? Where did the year go? Well, the year went to COVID, and that really sucks.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. This year has been absolutely horrible. Has COVID affected you, ladies? Because in some of the organizations we spoke to, you know, it was a good thing. Like the shelters were cleared, but has it made things more difficult for you or better for you?
It's been a unique situation. We have had to learn how to navigate meet and greets and vet appointments and transportation without contact with people. So at the beginning, it was a moment of panic, like how will we continue to operate at the level that we have been, seeing as we can't get close to people and we're really dealing with an emotional, personal connection industry.
Right.
But we have seen a silver lining of COVID.
Yeah. I mean, definitely at the beginning too, probably as you guys have already heard, like we were able to go into actually remote shelters who were still letting us in at the beginning and kind of clear out the dogs and find fosters and adopters pretty quickly. And it was just kind of like at that time I was working from my sofa in my living room.
Had to.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is people were working from home. People were available to foster, or people who were like, oh, I work 10 hours a day, I can't adopt a dog even though I really want one, are now able to welcome a dog into their home. So we have seen a quicker, the adoption process goes quicker now that people are home more often, but it also does add some challenges in terms of making sure the placement is one that's going to stick past COVID and not just something that's going to, be your work from home buddy. So we have transformed our application a bit since the pandemic, just to get the process a little bit more streamlined. But in general, the shelter animals still need us, whether it's a pandemic or not.
That's that
was going to be my question. Is it doesn't seem like there's going to be anytime soon anyone going back to work, but is there that concern that once people do go back, that they find I no longer have time, and these poor dogs are going to go back to the shelter? Hopefully not, but it sounds like you have a process in place.
We, hopefully. We kind of have a repertoire with our adopters that they know that they could reach out basically any hour of the day. And, if they have an issue or if they have a problem, they can reach out to us. As far as our dogs ever going back to the shelter, they never will, unless it's,
when a dog joins our rescue, they're part of our rescue.
dog.
So even if it's five years down the line and you can no longer care for the dog, we take the dog back. But we have been very diligent about asking the questions: when COVID is over, how long are you going to be out of the house for? What does your general schedule look like? Do you plan on working from home past the pandemic? Because these dogs, they can't just move around because you can no longer keep them. They bond with you.
Right.
They become traumatized based on certain events. And this isn't just an opportunity for you to have a buddy, like you're offering this animal a second chance at life. So we do try to advocate for the animals in asking all the right questions to make sure that home is a stick.
That's great. Yeah. I mean,
you see those videos of the dogs that are in shelters that obviously came from homes that they loved, and they're just so confused and sad, and it's heartbreaking.
It's totally heartbreaking.
It really is. It really is.
I had one foster. He was a failed foster. That was, our little Vinny. But just, it's heartbreaking, especially for these seniors. Like you say, they've been with the family their whole lives. And then it's like, what did I do? And
Yeah, and it's something that we've learned through the process. It's really easy to blame the person who can no longer care for the dog, but since we've gotten to know people's stories, and there is always something behind the dog being in the shelter, and sometimes it's not what we expect. And our focus is never like, how did the dog get to the shelter and how did you do this to the dog? And more like, let's get this dog out of the situation and get them back into a loving life full of like care and comfort. And
right. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah.
It's, it's
great.
important not to judge, because who knows what's happening, like we never really know. But the important thing is just to advocate for that dog, and moving forward to advocate for the dog.
It's good. It's education. It's learning. It's true. I mean, you see, your first instinct is like, oh my gosh, how could they let the dog go? But I'm just going to refer back to, Vinny, when we were fostering him, he was, he belonged to these two gentlemen, and they got new management in their apartment, or their condo, I should say. And they couldn't keep him. And I was like, oh my gosh, how could you, but again, everybody has a different circumstance. And I'm really thankful that we actually ended up getting Vinny. I'm glad that they couldn't keep him.
Yeah, there's always a silver lining. Like these dogs, we see them go into their new homes and they complete a family and they add happiness to a home that really needed it. So though they may have ended up in the shelter because of tragic circumstances, we do believe that everything happens for a reason, and they've completed a family now that, they wouldn't have been around for if it didn't happen that way.
Yeah. And that's another thing with COVID in mind. We're seeing a lot more of people and their pets being unhoused exactly for that reason, because they have pets and there's not an option for them to go into any kind of housing or anything with their animals because maybe they don't let them or whatever. So we are kind of, now we have an initiative. We're kind of out in the streets and trying really to help people keep their pets with them, because they're family. And, we have an Amazon wish list started for just that purpose. And in Los Angeles, there's a lot of free fridges, which is where a business maybe plugs in a refrigerator and fills it up with goodness for human beings, and then there's a pantry sitting there that we have kind of taken that opportunity to also add things for the animals.
We love that.
Food, treats,
whatever else, whatever you need.
Yeah, whatever else we take in, we kind of deliver around.
This is a hard time for everybody. Pets.
It's a hard time for everybody. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies,
awesome.
So we're going to come back in a second. I want to talk a little bit about your jewelry making and how we can help with that. So we'll be right back. Stick around.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Phoenix Media, the future of broadcasting. Explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Welcome back to Wine Time, presented by Nectar of the Dogs Wine. Don't forget to check us out, learn all about our wines, who we are, why we do what we do. Barking dogs, nectarofthedogswine.com. And remember, 10% of every wine sale goes to our Heart and Paw partners, such as Deity Animal Rescue, the organization we're talking to right now, Ellen and Lindsay. So, ladies, we were just talking, learning about your story, which is beautiful, you know, your organization, how you're a little bit different. But you ladies are jewelry designers by, I don't want to say trade, but tell us about your Deity Dogs and Goods.
Well, it's kind of funny because that's sort of why I reached out to Ellen in the first place when I was looking to volunteer with the rescue. Is I had just started kind of dabbling in jewelry design and making, and I saw that she also did. She was creating a line of jewelry from her own luxury line that was, the proceeds of it were going back to rescue. So since I was dabbling in jewelry, I was like, this is too perfect. So when I reached out to her, I was like, yes, I can help you with the dogs. I can also help you with the jewelry. And when we combined forces, Ellen's dream was to have a store where we sold like boutique dog goods. And I knew that with both of our passions combined, we could create something really cool and unique.
Very cool.
We were basically working off of my dining room table. And it was... Wow. We sat down one day and actually, you know, I had a young son at home at the time, and I went from a person who was holding leashes at adoption events and at shelters to a mom who still wanted to give back. And that was the impetus for the jewelry line, because that's what I was doing pre my son. I was selling jewelry. So that's how that came to happen.
We love that. We love that. And like I said, I was in your shop, and I know that you also have other things for sale in there. I think you said, you know, women-owned businesses. You had some candles and some other stuff. I'm just saying, you know, Nectar has some candles we can throw in there if you'd like. But just beautiful. And it's great to know that, you know, proceeds go back to dog rescue, just like what we do with our wine.
Yeah, that jewelry is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
I asked them if they had any dachshund, you know, ones.
We're working on it. We're making you a custom.
I like the paw print.
Love that.
Thank you.
Love that so much. Well, ladies, it has been wonderful to talk to you. I'm so glad that we got to, well, first of all, meet. And, you know, I've been using this word the last few weeks, serendipitous, right? Like you're saying, you know, things happen for a reason, right? People come into your life for a reason. Dogs come into your life for a reason. So I think it's just really wonderful at this time, that stupid craziness word again, which just doesn't even make sense anymore. But I'm really thankful and happy that we have met. And hopefully when the world gets back to a semi-normal, you know, we can partner on events and just really kind of continue to do the work that we love to do to save dogs, drink wine.
In person.
And drink wine.
Well, cheers in person.
In person.
In person. Absolutely.
I would love that.
Thank you so much for having us. It was nice to chat with you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the wine. There's more where that came from. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
We'll talk to you soon. So, Monica, let's tell everybody about, wine makes a great gift, right?
It does. I love getting wine as a gift.
I love getting wine as a gift. I love giving wine as a gift.
I do too.
There's so many types of wine out there. I mean, I know wine can sometimes be intimidating, right? If you're not really into wine, but it's so fun to taste and to learn and explore. I mean, I've been drinking wine a lot of years.
You're a professional at this point. Yeah.
So are you. But I had this little, I don't even know where I got this, but sometimes you can just pick up, right?
Hopefully that wasn't your place.
That was my placeholder. But even if you pick up like a little just handy dandy guide, I think I was reading this in the pool this summer and I was like, wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's fun to learn and, it's just drinking wine is fun. But getting wine is fun. So, there's never really not a reason. Holiday gifts, holiday dinners, housewarming, corporate gifting. Speaking of corporate gifting, what did we just do?
We just packaged, I think it was 165 packages for a corporate client. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Look there we were.
A lot of packing peanuts.
A lot of boxes, a lot of packing peanuts. We have a new appreciation for, factory workers, people who just have to pack stuff. But we did
our own little assembly line there. It worked out really great. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. All compliant, wearing masks all day long. So it was a lot of fun. And I really want to thank Karen for, bringing us that opportunity. And hopefully all those people who get the wine, enjoy the wine, and become wine club members.
Why
wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they? So, Monica, it's December. We've got holidays coming up. Any fun holiday traditions that you've got going on? I mean, did you guys finish decorating yet? I know we started. Takes days.
We started, but we have not finished. We had a goal to finish decorating the house by today, and we so far have the tree up. And it's decorated.
Yeah, we did the tree last night. We have a couple different trees. So we go between having a bigger tree and a smaller tree, but I have a wine tree. Been collecting wine ornaments for a few years. And then Todd has a Harley tree. So it's this black little tree that's, in the theater, and then the other one is in there. And I have to say, so I've been collecting corks for, I don't know, years as well. And I've been
a long time.
And I've been intending to do, I look on, Etsy and Pinterest, whatever, to try to, what can I do with all these corks? So I've been intending to do this cork garland, literally for like 5 years.
And you haven't done it yet?
It is my goal. I am determined to do it this year.
All right. You should do it, Mel.
I have to.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see what happens. But yeah, no, we started the decor, and then hopefully we'll finish, in the next day or so. Todd's still got to work on the outside, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, our tree may or may not have been cut down from a national state park.
I think that it
cannot comment on that, but it is a beautiful tree.
I think you have to have a permit for that, and
I'll show it to you later.
You're gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah.
So let's tell everybody where they are able to find our wines. What else is happening with Nectar of the Dogs? Yeah, Nectar of the Dogs wine.
Yeah, go to nectarofthedogswine.com. You'll find all of our wines there for sale. We also have T-shirts, which you see Melanie and myself wearing. We also have candles made from our recycled bottles. All make fantastic gifts. And of course, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Nectar of the Dogs Wine for all of your updates and just cute dog photos. And if you didn't know, we also have a YouTube channel. So if you missed any of our wine times, we also have some sizzle reels and some other footage. Go to our YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, if you want to join us here on Wine Time or partner with us, if you're a rescue, reach out to us, Melanie at nectarofthedogswine.com or Monica at nectarofthedogswine.com. We'd love to have you.
Nectar, it's all the same, just after a couple glasses of wine. Yeah, so, as Monica mentioned, we have a YouTube channel, we have a Facebook page, we have Instagram, and then, we partnered with Phoenix Media, so you can check us out, phoenixmedia.us/wine time. We're here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so, thank you again to Mendelmack Studios, Todd and Bob, for helping us produce all of this wonderful content and our videos that we do, and then Christian
couldn't do it without them.
Couldn't do it without them. 100%. I mean, yeah, this wouldn't be possible in any way, shape, or form. I mean, including the set. This lovely set that we have here. I did decorate it though.
It looks beautiful. I love it. Very festive.
Oh my God, sorry, I'm joking. Thank you very, very much on that. Oh, so Monica, I was going to say something last time. It's holiday, and there's always holiday specials, right? Let's date ourselves right now. I mean, remember those like Rankin Bass,
No,
Rudolph?
I don't remember that. I'm too young for that.
Oh, shut up. Rudolph and Year Without a Santa Claus. But there's also like the Wizard of Oz, or is that Thanksgiving time? I'm not really quite sure. But I
feel like it's like Christmas time.
Christmas, whatever. Yeah. So, I was going to
time. It makes more sense.
Holiday. It's just a holiday special. I don't even know if they show that anymore. Kids today probably don't even care. But what I was going to say, because, my fondness for dachshunds, wiener mama that I am, don't take that in the wrong way. But did you know, Monica, that the original role of Toto in Wizard of Oz was supposed to be going to a miniature dachshund called Otto.
Aww.
And so Otto was the dachshund, I believe.
Well, what happened to Otto?
Well, I'm sure he's dead by now, but I'm sure he's...
No, but I mean, why didn't he get the role? Did he blow his...
He blew his audition.
He blew his audition, or what happened?
So he was, I believe he was the dachshund of Margaret Hamilton, who was the Wicked Witch of the West, right?
Or East, I don't know, one of those.
Which one got the house dropped on it? Anyway, it was the other
remember.
one. But Toto got the role and brought a new awareness to terriers everywhere. But yeah, it could have been Otto, the miniature dachshund. Just a fun fact for the next time you play Trivial Pursuit.
I'll remember that. Probably not, but I'll try.
You'll try. Well, it was really great to meet Ellen and Lindsay.
I'm
Wonderful.
sad I didn't get to meet them in person like you did.
I know. We'll get to do that soon. We were masking, but they're just wonderful ladies, and I'm really, really glad they're part of our Heart and Paw Partner Program.
I am too. Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I think this has been a fun episode, and we will be back next.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But we'll be back next time with some more Heart and Paw partners. I think we have some new ones to talk to and an old one to revisit. So cheers, everybody. May dogs continue to bless your life. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers.